Hey, Fact Beasts! Today we're going on a adventure. We're going on a adventure to a tiny island shaped like a teardrop in South Asia. And we're not actually going to leave our chairs because we both love our chairs. We're going there spiritually, and that little island I was talking about is actually Sri Lanka. And we're going to talk about all the weird, funny, wonderful stuff that goes on there, because it's actually their New Year, and the New Year is called the Sinhala and Tamil New Year. And I'm Nepalese. Coincidentally, this New Year falls on the exact same day as the Nepalese New Year, both on 14th of April. How wonderful. And who better to invite to Fact Beast with Ajax than the president of the Sri Lankan Society of Dunedin, Susil.
Thanks for inviting me for this discussion, Ajax. Then, I'm very excited to talk to you because I have listened to your podcast before. Then, therefore, I'm so excited here.
Yeah, it's wonderful that you've listened before, so you'll get the gist of Fact Based with Ajax. Now, like I said before, we're going to talk about not just the New Year of both Sri Lanka and Nepal, but also something that connects us together, our cultures. Now, culture can mean a loads of different things, but for today, it's Sinhala and Tamil New Year. That's our topic for today. And as I said before, this New Year falls on 14th April. And April is a pretty cool month for a lot of different reasons. But do you know why the Sinhala and Tamil New Year is in April?
Yes, it is a good question because we are following this Georgian calendar, and from January to December, that is where year starts from 1st of January. But this Sri Lankan New Year based on solar calendar and mainly relate to agriculture.
Yes.
Then therefore, if you take Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is, as you mentioned, that it is island, and we got two monsoons, right? One is southwest monsoon, and other one is northeast monsoon. Then southwest monsoon, we call that agriculture period, we call it Yala, right? Then northeast monsoon, we call it Maha. Then before starting the Yala season, that is the agriculture season, because it is mainly based on the paddy farming. Right? Before starting, because Yala season from May to September. Then before starting, that is where April. That is where we are getting a new year. The year starts from there. Then after the harvest, Maha season harvest, then everybody before starting new agriculture season, then pause everything and have a good rest, and because you got your crops, there, then therefore there is a reason to celebrate. That is what they are doing.
So let me get this right. There's like kind of two halves of Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah.
And this actually makes sense to me because I was doing research and I found out that it said that there were two capital cities and they were Sri, now this is a long word so I might get this wrong, Sri Jayawardenepura, and there's also Colombo. So it kind of makes sense. There's two for the two halves of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, then Sri Jayawardenepura is the administration capital.
Yes.
Colombo is the commercial capital, but they are both very close.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely makes sense. And you said that Sri Lanka's ancient farmers watched the stars around and not an app, because we have apps these days, to know when the new year started. So that's pretty cool. And I believe a lot of ancestors all around the world followed the stars as well. I also heard there was a lucky time called Naketh, right?
Naketh, we call it Naketh.
Yeah. And so that's basically a chosen time for cooking, starting work and stuff like this.
Correct. Then the 14th or 13th of April coming also from that, ancient astrologists used to calculate those things. Then still those same philosophy is there. They are following the same procedures. Then they are, the interesting thing here is that for every activity there is a precise time, right, to the minute.
Yeah.
Then that is how they for the lighting of the stove or cooking your first meal or eating together, everything coming for a precise time. Then that is where the interesting thing, whole country doing in same time. They stop their work in one moment, they start their work in same time together.
Yeah, so they're all united basically.
United, yes.
And a question that just popped into my mind. What happens if you're like 1 minute earlier than the set time?
I don't think anything happened, but the thing is that good time is
Great.
the given time.
Yeah, okay.
That is the auspicious time, right? Then that is the lucky time. Then therefore everybody want to go in the lucky time, that precious auspicious time.
Yeah.
Then therefore that's why everybody is following that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Time.
They all want to be lucky.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I have read a book about Sri Lanka, and it said that sometimes if you're a wee bit early, you could get bad luck. Is that true?
That is what people believe.
Oh, okay.
Then
okay.
if you do not do that, because the Naketh is giving you the good time.
Yep.
Then but before that is not the good time. Then therefore why you are doing that not in the good time, right? Then that's why it is thinking, it is not the right time. That means it may be bad luck, right?
Okay, and a few things that you pointed out before, the time of Naketh,
Yes.
Naketh, that there were certain things to do, like, for example, when to start and stop work.
Yeah.
And an interesting thing was lighting the stove. Does that hold a meaning? Because, right, for me, it's like out of the blue.
Yeah, then the thing is that before that lighting the stove, there's a time called Nonagate. That means that time there is no good Naketh, that good times, lucky times. Then therefore all are stopping their work. Then that Nonagata period, that time, everybody used to stop everything and or go to your temple or kovil or then it is pause and restart time. Then therefore you take that time and think about what you are doing, and then right on time start everything. Then therefore then everybody start that lighting the stove.
Yeah.
Is because you
Yeah.
because this is mainly for the fire base. Then therefore just imagine you got a stove using firewood, right? Then you are cooking your milk or your food using that stove. Then therefore that is your first lighting your first fire there for the year. Then that's why it is so special.
Now this is really interesting to me. And another question that just popped up: is there someone in the family who has to or likes doing this?
Good question. Then elders in the family taking the lead here. Then if you have your grandfather or if your father making sure it is happening to the right time, to make it punctual. Then your grandmother, if you have grandmother there, or your mother taking the lead doing that, then therefore that is the grandfather or father taking the accountability. Then your mother or grandmother taking the responsibility. Then they are running it and others are following their lead. That is how it is happening.
Yeah, so basically they're the leader of the family.
Exactly.
Okay. And I guess we need to move on to a different topic while still in the topic, if that makes sense. An interesting thing and something that we all like is food, because who doesn't enjoy food? In Nepalese New Year's there are a variety of different foods like momo, which is kind of like dumplings but traditional Nepalese. There's seloti, which is circled deep fried sweet bread, and there's achar, which is basically spicy salad, and this is all the type of stuff we like to eat. Is there some really traditional foods that you eat during the New Year?
Of course. Before I get into food, then I have to mention something about that. You start the light there. I mentioned about start the light there, light in your stove there. Then what we do, we boil milk.
Yes.
Mainly it is coconut milk. Then that is where we are thinking, giving you the good luck. Then you boil the milk. Just imagine you are boiling the milk. Then it is bubbling up, then foaming, and you have a nice white cap on top of the mouth of the pot. Then it is slowly spilling. Then that is what we are thinking, that the prosperity and the good luck, and that is the first thing happened there. And then after that, mom or grandmother or grandmother cooking a milk rice in that stove. Then the milk rice is the main part, that is the centerpiece of that food table. Then before that day, then you may ask about the other foods. Before that day, we make various sweet treats. Then one we call that Kavum. Kavum is that deep fried oil cakes. Then other one is we got something called Kokis. That is also deep fried crispy flour shaped snacks. Then everybody loves them. Then kids mainly love them. Then another thing is to go with the milk rice, we prepare something called lunumiris. That is mainly based on onion and dried chilies. That is the main ingredient. Then you add other things. Then any adventurous person can be cried if they have that on its own. But when you have that with milk rice, you are very close to the heaven, right? Then that kind of feeling you are getting. Then there is a nice marry each other very well, that heat and the creamy milk rice, and that's what we are having. Then that is not only for this new year. If we are doing something good, if we are starting something good, we normally have milk rice. Then that's a part of the tradition.
Can I stop you there?
Yeah.
So the milk rice, this does ring a bell in our culture as well. I forgot to mention this. I don't know how I did. This is one of my most favorite dishes. It's the same thing. It's milk mixed with rice. and my mum is really good at making this, and in our culture it's called kir. And it's literally the same thing, milk, sweet milk with rice, and it's really tasty, so it's like a dessert. It's called kir, so it definitely does ring a bell, and it shows that our cultures have a lot of similarities.
So, a lot of similarities, yes, agree.
So, you said quite a few names of foods, and a question that I'm just curious to ask, what's your favorite one out of those?
I mean, these kavums, then there are few types of kavums. Those are my favorites because they are seasonal. You can see them mainly in this time of the year. Then therefore, I like those kavum then because there's a deep fried oil cakes. Then
Okay, and I've also heard that you eat with your hands in Sri Lanka.
I forgot to mention something then. Kavum, and there's another sweet treat called asmi. That is, have you seen string hoppers? No. Then it is like noodles texture.
Yes.
Then noodles texture, and it is also deep fried. Then you have either sugar or honey on top of that. Then therefore it is also another good treat. Then it is. You can see that mainly in this time of the year.
So kind of like, well, not kind of, but like spaghetti and sugar.
Yeah. I mean, spaghetti is a little bit bigger, but
I get the gist. So about the hand thing again. You eat with your hands in Sri Lanka sometimes, right?
Correct. Then from the little age we were trained to eat with our fingers without making a mess. Then therefore then and other thing is you get that feeling and you get that real taste of the food if you eat with your hands.
Yes. We have some of that in Nepalese culture as well. Right now, if you're Nepalese living abroad, I think you use spoons and forks, cutlery, but back in Nepal and sometimes even here, it's always nice to eat with your hands, especially if you're hungry. It just makes the food taste better.
Correct. That milk rice and that chili paste goes well if you are eating from your hand, because you can't get that from your fork properly,
So you get the taste better, basically. So that's all about food, and why I'm stopping about food is because it's making me really hungry. So now let's move on to something a bit more physical, games. I heard you guys play a lot of games in the new year.
Yes, then because in the morning we started that mainly the cooking and the traditional cooking, and then everybody get together and eat. And what next? That is definitely you need to do something physical and go out and have fun. Then there are lots of games we have, traditional games. Then we practice in that time. Some of them are actually only for the New Year time.
There's one that's like about pillow fighting on poles, and I need to know about that because I've pillow fought before. It's really fun, but on poles that seems kind of dangerous. So can you explain that to me?
Then the pillow fight, then we call it Kotta Pora. Kotta means the pillow, Pora means the fight. Then it happens on very polished pole. Then you sit, it is above the ground. Then you sit on, both of you sit on that pole, and you have to balance. And while you are balancing, you need to, main thing is you need to beat your opponent. Then it is a very good fun, and the people who is watching also having a good enjoyment, and then also the people who play also get that fun. But the very good thing is that when you think about that as an observer, that if I am looking at that, I see sometimes not the person who hitting, the other person taking that and maintaining that balance. That is a life lesson, right?
Yes.
In your life, you are getting you hit by a lot of things. Then if you can deal with that, you need not to make a move, right? Then sometimes you can win because other person is hitting. He can't control exactly. He can't control himself. He may lose the balance and he will fail. Then therefore, that is a good life lesson, I think, sometimes.
So you're definitely on poles and it's a little high. Isn't it a bit dangerous, like if you fall down?
What we are doing is we can have a mattress or something underneath.
Yeah, makes
keep
sense.
the safety. Then, but if you are talking about in Sri Lanka, we may have something in soft ground there. Then to keep it safe. Yeah.
Okay. So mattress checked off. And I heard a game that's kind of like Tug-of-war that you play.
Yes.
So can you explain a little bit and what you use to tug?
I mean, we use normal ropes.
Oh,
and it is similar to what you are using in other places, Tug-of-war. And that is the place that sometimes the older generation, get their mindset into 20 years old and fight with the young generation or teenagers. We also enjoy doing that in every year. We normally here when we are doing that with the university students, we try to beat them. Then therefore it is a good enjoyment.
Okay, yeah, and pronunciation, excuse it, but there's a game called Olinda Keliya.
Olinda Keliya, yes.
Yeah.
Then nowadays actually it is kind of symbolic game for us because olden days then it is a board game.
Oh, yeah.
Then you use that red color seeds. You can find it from your garden or your backyard. Then that is what they used to play. It is a board game, but only for the New Year time now. Some people play, and but here I don't think you can see it. Yeah.
So that it's just a really traditional game that's found in Sri Lanka.
Correct. Yes.
And this just seems like Sri Lanka is really, really fun with the games, the food, the cultural aspects, and all. And these games were awesome. Thank you for explaining it to me and my listeners. But I think it's time to move on to another part of today's talk show. And this is about really important. Again, it's Dunedin and other cultures. As you might know, Dunedin is a really multicultural city. It holds a lot of cultures. So do you think you're having any events going on at this stage that people could go to?
You mean Sri Lankan event?
Yeah, Sri Lankan events.
Yes, then this New Year event also open to public. Then we advertise in public arena also. Then we are welcoming everybody to be there and enjoy our traditional foods and enjoy our traditional games and have a wonderful time there. Then therefore we are welcoming everybody. It is open event and we are getting support from Dunedin City Council, and we got funding support from them, and then also Ministry for Ethnic Communities Development Fund. We got their support also. Then there are some sponsors helping us. Then therefore, this is an open event for anybody.
Yeah, I'll definitely try to come there. It sounds like much fun, especially if they have the games that we talked about.
Yes. And also you have prizes.
Yeah, prizes as well. So if you want to come along, Susil is right here to talk to you about that. And few questions. Have you, last year? Did you run this program last year? Did you see people from other communities joining in?
Correct. We normally invite our sister societies.
Yes.
Indian society, Pakistani society, and Nepali society. This time we have invited, and many other sister societies. We are inviting them, and we like to have them there. Then sometimes they are performing their traditional items also there, because in the beginning of the event we are having those cultural items, mainly dances. So yeah.
Okay, thank you for telling all of us that. It sounds like a wonderful event, and hopefully a lot of my listeners can go there. And now today's time has gone really quickly because we've had a lot of fun. But one last question is, if you had to describe the whole event in just 3 words, what would those words be?
Enjoyment.
Yes.
Food.
Yes.
And correct time, punctual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 really important things. That's wonderful. So the final fact beast recap of what we've learnt and figured out today. We figured that we celebrate the Sri Lankan New Year in April because the sun moves and it's when the harvest is done. The lucky time is when to eat, cook, work and finish work at the exact right minute. You may get bad luck if you don't have it correctly, but you'll be lucky if you are pinpoint. And then milk rice is really delicious, and in our culture kir is really delicious. Pillow fights on poles, tug-of-war, all of these games are real and they're really fun. And don't worry, there are safety mattresses so you don't fall and injure yourself. And Dunedin is warm with Sri Lankan food, games and events that is happening right now.
Thank you for inviting me, and it is good talking to you and spreading this word to everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much, Susil, President of the Sri Lankan Dunedin Society, for coming to Fact Beast with Ajax today. I hope you've learnt a bit about Nepalese culture, and hopefully my listeners know way more about the Sri Lankan culture and events. Hopefully they'll go to the event. Is there anything you'd like to tell my listeners?
I'm inviting all, if you can, come and join and enjoy our culture, our food and our games, and learn something about Sri Lankan culture. We are happy to have you there, and
Okay. And remember everybody, Fact Beast Explorers, ask weird questions, be funny and always learn facts. So thank you for being on Fact Beast, and just a bye to my listeners. Hopefully you learned something, a few facts. So bye bye everybody.